So we swapped out the multi-port injection rail.
I got the SSRs refinished.
That's a paint booth. That might not be a paint booth for long.
This is the intro for this week's vlog. I can't use the original one.
That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool, Colin. Colin, that'd be really cool.
But as you can see, we have all of our cars out here right now. The second expansion building is actually getting its floors re-epoxied. We've got Ty from Desert Edge Detailing out here, detailing all the cars while they're out. How's it going, Ty?
Hey, what's up? I'm out here detailing all of the turnstile cars over here. Right now we're working on this old Supra. It's turning out pretty good.
What's your favorite car so far?
Probably the E30 M3, definitely.
The E30 M3?
I think that's everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
That thing's beautiful. The Golf R, definitely a close second. That thing has full PPF on all of the exterior. It was really nice.
What's the difference between having PPF versus not having PPF?
So not having PPF or only having it on like the front clip of the car is basically like your car isn't protected. It can get hit by rocks, it can get anything spilled on it that's chemical, and it can hurt the paint. Having a full PPF basically means that it's fully protected from any rock chips. It's usually self-healing, so if it gets like small scratches when it heats up in the sun, it'll completely like heal itself and just go back to normal. It's very expensive, but it's definitely worth it if you have the money.
So while Vic is moving everything into this second space, we're gonna go see what Matt is up to with the Golf R. What are we doing to it, Matt?
I just got done doing the multi-port injection system, upgrading all the fuel lines, knocking out a water pump, and several other small repairs.
So what's the benefit to having better fuel lines?
Previously, we were using these factory 1/4-inch lines, and they are super small, and when using E85, you're using massive amounts of fuel, so you need more volume, you need more space. So we swapped out the multi-port injection rail. He was using the OEM Volkswagen one that's used in Europe, and this is actually only used for basically emissions purposes. It sprays in between injection pulse in order to clean the intake valves. Because of that, it's not exactly made for horsepower. So if you see, it would have to go through the rail, back out, and then to the high pressure pump, and then try to feed the high pressure system. What we're using today actually goes through the E85 sensor, into the rail, out of the rail, and then into the high pressure pump. So it's a better design.
So the larger volume rail helps with flow of fuel.
Yeah,
for running
especially
an
when you're running E85 or multi-port injection.
And is that something that's pretty much required on an E85 setup?
It's not required, but it's super beneficial, especially when you are doing a high horsepower build like this. This is a CTS Boss 500 kit. You can actually purchase that kit through us at the shop. It's a bolt-on kit, it makes 500 wheel, and especially when you pair it with the multi-port injection E85, it rips for sure, and it's all-wheel drive, so it just, from a dig, it just goes. The other big one was thermostat and water pump assembly. We replaced this. They're super common on these 2 liters from the first generation TSI all the way up to Gen 3 TSI. Last shop just recently built this motor, and this thing already went out. If you actually see in the back, you can kind of see where it was like weeping out of this crevice this whole time. But under a pressure test around like 10-15 PSI in the coolant system, it was just spraying out of the back against the block, so it was time to get replaced.
So OEM, these are kind of not that great.
Unfortunately, there's not really an aftermarket replacement quite yet. If you have a Gen 1 or Gen 2 TSI, a company called Graph makes an aluminum water pump and thermostat housing that we could put in your car. As of right now, really the only option is OEM. Really important that you take your car to a good shop that knows how to install these pumps, because even if you go outside of the normal torque sequence or outside of the torque spec, because it's plastic, the extra tension will essentially cause them to prematurely fail. So along with upgrading the fuel rail on the multi-port injection system, on the low pressure side, we ran all new quick release fittings and AN lines all throughout the car. These go through the OEM fuel channels inside of the rail and then pop right back out as they should.
They look really good in there too, huh?
Dude, I think it looks great. Precision Raceworks does a great job, and it's really cool because they match all the blue with the OEM Volkswagen blue. So at a quick glance, it almost doesn't even look like this car should make over 500 wheel.
Dude, they're so shiny, it's like blinding me. But as you see, I got the SSRs refinished, repainted, polished, everything, even put the SSR sticker on. For the wide body Miata, they actually didn't end up clearing after I put the angle kit on, so I ended up taking the body kit off, cut a lot of the fender bird shit on my fender. They don't clear, so I can't use them for drifting. So plan is I'm gonna stick with them for dailying and driving around, and then I'll swap the wheels when I'm gonna slide. Shout out to Love 20B for hooking me up and fixing my wheels. Brought them all the way out to California, and they fixed them up, no problem. Also forgot, because I know Colin wasn't around to see it, put an angle kit on and got it all set up. Oh, I don't even know where my key is, dude. Hold up. One minute. Back, got the key. I got no power steering, so I don't know, this is gonna feel. Oh, see, it's clipping on the other side. Hold up. See that? Let's see if it'll clear now. No. All right, they don't clear. Hold this up. Hold this up.
Holy shit, I'm white. God damn, I'm like a ghost.
That's some angle right there, dude. It looks broken to me, dude. Let's look at the other side.
Yeah, look at it straight on. Yeah, you happy with it, Ethan?
Yeah, dude. Next is suspension. That coilover. Alright, don't put that in. Don't.
My floors are done. Look at my floors. Beautiful. We had a couple guys come do our floors, and they look great. Now I get to set this side up. So I've got all my sanding discs on a wall. Probably not all of them, I'm sure I got more over there. But this is kind of half of the stuff I've got so far moved over. Nice table. I'm gonna put a chop saw right here. That's what it's made for. We got my bender over here. We got my belt sander. We got a couple vices. Real nice to have. My Multimatic 220 from Miller. I've got the Blue Life. I love that thing. I do everything with it. It does everything for me, and it's done everything I've asked. I love it. Got a tube notcher right here.
But yeah, man, I'll hear it from you soon. And then just send that email over to Noel. Noel at turnstouteasy.com.
This is a tube notcher from Rogue Fab. Came as a kit with this, with my tube bender, and I've got, which it's not over here, I've got some dimple dies too. I got a nice set of dimple dies through them. So far, this is kind of what I got. We also got the plasma table over there, which is also a big ticket item. Very nice to have.
Where's the plasma table gonna go?
Well, we were just talking about that. That's a paint booth. That might not be a paint booth for long, but I think it's gonna go in there because we already got. Plasma tables make a lot of dust, a lot of smoke. We got a vent, which will be very helpful to pull all those gases and smoke out.
So now that we have all your fab stuff in like its own area, what kind of steps does this open up for like customers?
Everything. So we're gonna start off with roll cages. We're gonna start off with bash bars. I'll probably be making reinforcement plates with the plasma table. Dude, I can make coolant bottles, I can make swirl pots, I can make catch cans, just a simple air filter box, heat shields. We're gonna try and maybe make headers and turbo manifolds. I've made a roll cage so far, a 6-point. I've made Matt a bash bar so far. I've designed Noel a bash bar, haven't made it yet. And I've done a little bit of rest repair here and there on a couple cars. We're about to ramp it up. Hit us up for any of your fabrication needs, please.